Shalom and welcome to Summits of Torah. This show is entitled Daf Yomi, Batra Kuf Lamed Chet, living off of handouts. The Gemara writes, at the end of Kuf Lamed Zayin, leading into Kuf Lamed Chet, that someone writes a star of a matana to give to a person. It belongs to the person. Then the Gemara says another shita. If a person writes a star to give to a person, matana, then it doesn't belong. The Gemara clarifies, there's no argument. It depends. When does he scream, I don't want it, I don't want it? If it's after he already received it, later on, I don't want it. Well, a kinyan was already made. So now it's already his. So when he screams, I don't want it. So maybe he's making a hefker, but it's already his. And then he's doing whatever he wants with it. As opposed to in the other case, where he screams right away as he sees someone handing him the gift, the physical gift, the monetary gift, the note that's giving him the gift, whatever it is, he screams, he screams, but I don't want the gift. So then he made it clear from the beginning, I don't want the transaction to occur. As opposed to if the transaction already occurred, and he screams, a transaction occurred already, and the gift was given to him. But if he screams right away, that's it. The Rashbam right away says, why is it that he could refuse the gift? Because of the pasuk Sone Matanot Yechyeh. Person that hates gifts, he lives. Meaning, accepting gifts is not necessarily a good thing. It can be a very dangerous thing. A person can become dependent on gifts, on handouts, and become needy, make himself into a mizgan, into an ebach. And I think there's a very, very important point. Hanukkah, people give gifts to each other. Good question where the minute came from, so I need to look into it, but we give gifts to each other on Hanukkah. At Smachot, we give gifts to each other. It's all fine and good. What I think needs to be looked into, and each society, every once in a while, needs to take a step back and look into themselves. Each world, each stream within the Judaism has to look back and see about decisions that were made. Are there certain groups that have become dependent on gifts, on monetary handouts from others, from the governments in the countries they live in? And maybe it was all for the purpose of setting up a system of learning and more learning, which is beautiful to have so much learning in a community, but did it come at the expense where people financially cannot make it, cannot get by on their own, and are dependent on gifts from individuals, from neighbors, from the governments? It's a very, very serious issue that needs to be looked into in a calm manner and a halachic manner. I know in our shul every morning, people coming to collect them, they go around to the whole community. 21, 25-year-olds, 27-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, young people, certainly very capable of working, and are just taking gifts, going around collecting every single morning. What happened? What happened to the idea of having a parnasa, be able to sustain yourself? So these 20-year-olds, I don't think, really decided on their own. A certain system, a certain society has caused this. And to me, tzarich this needs to be looked into a very serious manner. When Shlomo Melech says, Sone matanot yechyeh, that one who hates gifts, he will live. And the Gemara quotes the idea of rejecting gifts. And it is brought down in the Shulchan Aruch. Choshe Mishpat, Reish Mem Hey, is brought down. And the Ramah mentions the idea about screaming and rejecting. The Shulchan Aruch talks about rejecting the gift. This is something that we must take very, very seriously. And I hope each society can reflect on themselves. Not easy. And look, the path that we created, looking back over 10, 20, 30, 50, 70 years, is it the correct one? Where there are other areas that we can improve on? I think it's time we should all, each society should look into and take to heart. Shalom.